Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, who's running as a Republican in the governor's race this year. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I want to start first with the big news this week was that Hochul picked her running mate, former council speaker Adrienne Adams. What's your reaction?
Well, my reaction is that Adrienne Adams was the speaker of the city council when they built this terrible financial hole for New York City, $13 billion deficit this year. What was she thinking? I mean, this isn't fiscal management that keeps the taxpayers' wallets in mind. I think that basically it was a very poor choice for Governor Hochul. This is, again, is somebody who does not support law enforcement. As Speaker of the City Council, her budget cut $1 billion from the NYPD budget. So obviously she's not serious about affordability. She's not serious about good fiscal management. And she's not serious about security and safety of our neighborhoods in New York State.
Now, you're going to be picking your own choice for running mate here soon. Have you narrowed down the choices?
Yeah, I got like 6 or 7 really good people, and it's a tough choice because they all bring something to the table that's very important and very special. So I got a tough decision to make in the next 24 to 48 hours, and I have great choices. They will be head and shoulders above Adrienne Adams, I can assure you of that.
Are you going to be making the announcement before the Republican convention next week or at the convention?
Most likely either Monday morning or Tuesday morning.
Now, you launched your campaign for governor last year in December. Explain to our viewers why you're in this race.
Well, basically, as I travel around the state, people in New York State are miserable. They're miserable with Kathy Hochul's leadership. Under her lack of leadership, this has become the most expensive state to live in the United States. We have the highest taxes in America. People are moving out in droves. Businesses are moving out. I want to bring economic development, job prosperity back to New York so that people can have more money in their pockets. That makes it more affordable, and that gives people the choices that they need to make in order to be able not only to buy the necessities in life, but also to enjoy some of the simple luxuries like taking your family on vacation or buying your daughter a prom dress. They're not able to do it now because Kathy Hochul's been in charge for 4 years. She even admits that New York State is unaffordable, yet she's the one that's been in charge. What have you been doing for the last 4 years, Kathy? So the bottom line is we need a governor that's going to make people happy again by putting New Yorkers first, not spending $5 billion on illegal migrants. That's your taxpayer money. She's been spending that on people who've been here for 15 minutes and haven't earned a thing. That's money that could have been used to cut taxes. That money could have been used for hospitals, for schools, for infrastructure. She just basically gave away $5 billion to illegal migrants. I think that's wrong. I think New Yorkers want a governor that cares about them and that will put them first and make people happy again. That's all I want to do.
Now, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik was also running as a Republican in the race before you jumped in, but once you did, she ended up leaving the race and announcing that she was no longer going to be running for re-election for Congress. Have you spoken with her since she dropped out of the race? Is she going to be helping with your campaign?
No, I haven't spoken with her. Obviously, the decision she made was very personal and very private. It was about her family, and I basically felt that we should leave her alone, and obviously she wants to spend the time with her family. She's a great member of Congress. She's had a stellar career. She's very bright, and I think she's got an incredible future. But for now, she wants to concentrate on her family, and I completely respect that. As a dad and as a grandfather, you got to put your family first.
Hochul is up in Syracuse for the Democratic Convention. State Democrats are introducing a resolution to formally condemn ICE as a party. What's your response?
Well, first of all, ICE is not the problem. The problem is in Minneapolis, where this is a very isolated incident. You have a governor there and a mayor of Minneapolis who have told people to resist. They've thrown bottles and rocks at federal law enforcement officers. They've created a toxic environment, an inflammatory environment. Here in Nassau County, I have a comprehensive agreement with ICE. They don't raid schools. They don't raid churches. They don't raid daycare centers. All they're doing is getting criminals off the street. Since our agreement with ICE, we've gotten 2,000 criminals off the streets of Nassau County. And by the way, the whole metropolitan area, we made the whole metropolitan area safer by working with ICE. But at the same time, we need a comprehensive immigration policy. I'm in favor of a guest worker program for people who've been here for a long time and they have families here and they're law-abiding and they're gainfully employed. I don't want to rip those people out of their communities and send them back to the countries they came from. We have to have a program that allows for people who've been law-abiding, earning money, and good people in our communities to stay here. So I'm going to forcefully push that agenda as well.
And for our viewers, this agreement that Nassau County entered into with ICE allows local law enforcement to be deputized by ICE, and they assist with civil immigration enforcement. Governor Kathy Hochul is proposing to block localities from entering such an agreement. You were one of the few, around 10 localities that have such an agreement. Did you feel like this was a direct shot at you, and do you feel like you're going to challenge this in court if it does pass?
No, this is just another example of Kathy Hochul being the most pro-criminal governor in the United States of America. Think about it. She does nothing for the victims. She does nothing to keep us safer. Cashless bail is a disaster. People are committing crime after crime after crime. They know there's no consequences. It's made people less safe in their communities. So I'm not surprised. She doesn't want to get criminals off the street. She's someone who is constantly talking about making life better for criminals. I'm worried about victims. I'm worried about the safety of our communities. And I think that that's the kind of governor that people want, the governor that is soft on crime.
But Hochul argues that local law enforcement does help when it comes to dangerous criminals that ICE is seeking. Do you think that, as she said, local police should focus on local crime? Do you think that it is stretching local police resources too thin if they are helping out with ICE? Why not leave that to ICE?
Well, you know what? That's a very good question. I think it's safer for ICE to operate with local law enforcement officers who know the territory, who know the communities. They can definitely give ICE the ability to have their knowledge and their experience in those communities. And they have relationships with the community, which I think are very important. So it keeps everybody safer to do that. And in addition to that, I think that basically, if you asked a business owner who's had the same person shoplift them 7 times without any consequences, and they're an illegal migrant, I think that person, even though it's not a violent crime, they want them out of their communities. I'm hearing from shop owners that they've had enough of the shoplifting. It's so costly that a lot of them are closing their doors. I want to support small business. So Kathy Hochul is completely wrong-headed on this. She's got the wrong choice for lieutenant governor. She's got the wrong priorities and values. I want to make it more affordable in New York State. I want to make it safer. I want to make people happier. So I'm the guy that can do that. So I'm very confident that I'll be the next governor.
If elected, would you ask President Donald Trump to increase ICE's presence here in New York?
Well, we don't need any increase in New York because it's gone very, very well so far. Our program is working exceedingly well. We haven't had any incidents. So I think we got to stop talking about ICE and start talking about a guest worker program and a very comprehensive guest worker program, and talk about immigration as a whole and not just focus on ICE. And I also think we've got to focus on affordability here. Does it make sense for us to spend $5 billion on people that have been here for 15 minutes and haven't earned a thing? It's taxpayer dollars that could be used for them. I want to spend the money on the citizens of New York State and make their life better.
Affordability is a huge issue, as you mentioned earlier. What would be some of the top proposals? What would you be hoping to accomplish if elected to help bring down costs?
Well, first of all, cheap energy is very important. We have to have more energy sources. And as governor, I will cut your energy bill in half. I will cut it in half by eliminating silly mandates, excessive delivery charges, and excessive taxation. We're taxing your energy charges, basically charging you an extra tax for just the privilege of plugging in your microwave. It's just ridiculous that we're doing that, and I would eliminate those taxes, and it would cut your utility bill right in half.
You've been a very vocal opponent against Mayor Zoran Mamdani. What would you say, if elected, how would you work with him as mayor? Would you want to work with him on his childcare plan, for example?
Well, his child care plan is just for New York City. It's not for the rest of the state. I'm very surprised that Governor Hochul, well, I shouldn't be surprised, but Governor Hochul has agreed to a child care program just for New York City. What about the rest of the state? And by the way, I'm in favor of a child care program, but not the way he wants to do it, handing out to his buddies who run child care centers or handing out to his political contributors and his political supporters. I would put the money back in the hands of the people. If you're working and you need child care for your children, I would give you a tax credit for that. And then that would put money back in your pocket, and you can choose which child care center you want to send your kids to, not the city.
Now, you haven't been shy about your support for President Donald Trump. He also endorsed you. At the end of the day, his polling numbers are low here in New York. Are you worried it's going to hurt your chances, especially as you look at last year's governor's race in New Jersey?
Listen, Kathy Hochul wants to make this race about everything other than her record because she's got a miserable record. I'm not going to get focused on national issues. I'm going to talk about issues that affect New Yorkers. I'm running for governor of New York State. I'm going to compare her record against mine. In my record is that we have more prosperity in my county. People are making more money. It's safer. U.S. News and World Report says we're the safest county in America. Niche Magazine says we're the most desirable place to live in New York State. We've got the lowest poverty level in the state. The poverty level of New York State is 3 times that of my county, and my county matches the demographics of New York State, almost 100%. So why is the poverty rate so high in the state when it's so low in my county, which is basically the same demographics? The answer is mismanagement, not caring about working people, not caring about people who are living paycheck to paycheck. So I'm going to be the governor that cares about them. I'm going to compare my record to hers. I'm not going to get involved in national issues and her calling me this and calling me that. Let's talk about your record, Kathy. I'll talk about mine. I'll match my record against yours any day. My record makes people happy. Your record makes people miserable.
And last for you, a Siena College poll this week has Hochul leading with 54%. You're polling at about 28%. What's going to be your strategy to make up that gap? I know you're headed to Rochester today, touring the state. What else are you going to be doing?
Yes, I'm heading to Rochester. I've been all over the state. We're raising money. We're organizing. The momentum behind my campaign is amazing. Nobody believes the Siena poll. Siena poll is always way off. It's a Democratic poll, so we don't worry about that. And by the way, why did they do the poll before the convention? Obviously, to try and skew it. So I'm not concerned with the Siena poll. Siena poll has had me way down in every election that I've won, so I'm not concerned with it at all.
And you have the Republican convention coming up this week. Anything that we should be looking forward to? Anything exciting that you're going to be announcing?
I think you can look forward to the fact that you're going to have a slate of candidates that care about New Yorkers, that want to make it more affordable to live in New York, that want their children and grandchildren to stay here in New York and not move to another state, and one where people are safe in their communities. So I think we've got a great message. We're going to talk about healthcare. We're going to talk about energy costs. And we have a plan to make people basically have more money in their pockets so that they can make choices about how they want to spend their money. We're going to try and lower our healthcare costs. And certainly the energy costs, we're gonna cut that as well. We need to keep costs down, but also we need to create economic development and prosperity so people can make more money. If people are making more money, they're happy, and I want to make them happy.
Well, thank you so much, County Executive, for your time. We'll definitely have you back on as the race progresses. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.